Hello, everyone. Dan Flynn here. On my Facebook post, I posted kind of what my goal with this channel is. So let me kind of break that down here on this second video. First off, thank you. If you're watching right now, it's because you've subscribed to my channel. Thank you for doing that. I know most of you did that out of friendship, coworkers and friends. Thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated. So the ultimate goal of making this channel is to reach out to those that are interested in making extra money selling on Amazon. It's a doable thing. It is a very viable business model that many people are doing. But I can have the best video, I can have the best search terms in it, I can have the best title, and right now, if I were to post it, nobody would see it but you guys. And the reason is because of the way YouTube's algorithm works. It's they won't start putting my YouTube won't start putting my videos in front of people that in front of people because of the search queue until I've established myself as a viable YouTube producer. And the way you do that is, from what I've read, is to have a minimum of 30 to 35 videos posted and a decent number of watch hours. So I'm going to be posting a lot of videos in the next month just to get up to that 30. A lot of them may not be a whole lot of content, a tremendous value to you. Please watch it. Please watch it. Please like it. And then as I get past that 30, 35 viewership, then my videos will start ranking up higher into search queues with individuals that are that match up with what my titles are, if that makes sense. I'm going to keep them short, 5-10 minutes. And I would think that they'll all have some value to you, maybe not a tremendous amount of value these first couple. I'm still learning how to do the technology. As I said, one of the things that I will do is every video that I post will be a little bit better than the last video that I posted. So the first video that I did, I used my phone. I didn't use editing software, and I just posted it to YouTube. Well, I'm recording this now on the laptop. I've downloaded editing software. I can't even remember what it's called. OpenShot video software. It's a free software and it's got good ratings. So this video has been edited using that software. So then eventually I'm going to learn how to make a B-roll. I didn't know what a B-roll was. For those of you that don't know what a B-roll is, what always comes to mind, I think of Friends, the TV show Friends. The very beginning of Friends where they're playing the music, the same thing over and over. That's a B-roll. I don't know. So I'll be working on making a B-roll. I've actually have an email out to my favorite band and asking if I can use some of their covers as my background music. And those of you that know me from the middle school AV, you probably know that my favorite band is Small Town Titans. They're the band that did The Grinch. So I won't be playing the Grinch, but they've got a lot of good songs. So that's my plan there. What I'd like to do real quickly with just a couple more minutes is I'd like to go through the comments that I've received both on Facebook, YouTube, and then I've also had some private messages. And just to go over and answer some of the questions that I have here. Again, thank you all for subscribing. Greatly appreciated. Keith, what's up, man? How are you? Keith Barger. So Keith Barger was my childhood best friend. I think, when I grew up in Maryland, Keith moved away. Keith, I don't know, what were we, 10 when you moved away? Really, we didn't keep in contact. It was pretty hard to do back then. And when Facebook came around, he and I became Facebook friends. So good hearing from you, Keith. Very cool. Keith, when I think about you, first off, I don't know why, but I remember your birthday being May 10th. So happy birthday on May 10th. But I just remember doing our rock battles. How stupid were we? So for those of you, it was a rock battle. We would have two groups of people on different ends of the woods, of a patch of woods that we had growing up. And we would just pick up rocks and heave them at the other group. And if we heard a rock coming through the trees, we would take cover. Yeah, it was pretty dumb. but we're here. Let's see. Scott. Scott's my cousin. How you doing, Scott? So, not so many yachts. I'm not interested in yachts and helicopters, or the red Lambo. Just, I'm happy with my white truck that's got the cap on it that my wife calls the Grandpa Mobile. Works for me. But if I was to set my sights on something that I would like to purchase, um, if with YouTube money and it would be just going to Disney. We're a Disney family, you know. Going to Disney and let's see, going to Disney, hanging out with Tim Tracker and Nate. What's Nate's last name? Nate Morrow? No, that's not his name. That's his name of his channel. Mr. Morrow is Paging Mr. Morrow is his channel. But these two are they're both Disney YouTubers. They're great guys. And getting a margarita in Mexico, that would be what I would do with any extra funds that I would have there. Um, Thank you for those of you that said that you miss me and that um, you miss me. Thank you, it's greatly appreciated. What can I say to that? I thought that I would miss teaching. Really don't. I really don't. I love what I do. Any teaching urge that I have, I'll get through this channel. So hopefully you guys will absorb it a little bit better than what my students did. All right, and then there was a couple. Oh yeah, the other questions were on the YouTube channel, YouTube comments. Greg, that's it. Greg Strauss says, "Hey Greg, hope you're doing well in DC." And I think I answered your question, but I'll answer for everybody else. Greg asks, Dan, do you need an LLC for this? How about tax benefits, gas, home office write-offs? So the short answer, Greg, is you don't need an LLC to do this. You can just be a sole proprietorship. That's how I started. I'm still a sole proprietorship. There is a recommended number of revenue that you make when they suggest that you go to an LLC. And I think it's $45,000. When you make $45,000 profit in 1 year, it's recommended that you should go to an LLC. I've also seen other channels where they just say you should be an LLC to start with. To my knowledge, it doesn't cost anything to be an LLC other than having your CPA or your lawyer write something up. But it's not a big deal. Tax benefits, yeah, yeah, there's a lot of tax benefits in having a home office. Um, Again, I'm in my basement right now, and whatever I use as my workspace, that's a write-off. That percentage of that space. So, our basement is roughly 20% the size of our entire house. So I can write off 20% of all household bills as a tax write-off. My cell phone bill, my entire cell phone bill, I write off. Um, Taxes, income tax or property tax, I write off. Insurance, I write off. 20%. I'm able to write 20% off of that off. And for those of you that aren't sure what that means to have a write off, because honestly, I didn't have write offs for the longest time, so I really wasn't sure what that means. So if you have $100,000 in revenue, that's $100,000 you have to pay taxes on. If I have $10,000 in business expense, well, now I only have to pay taxes on $90,000. So that's the way a tax write-off works. It doesn't. If I have $10,000 in write-off, I don't get $10,000 back. It's not that good. But it's a decrease in your annual income is what it does of your tax liability, and it works out. It really does. My biggest write-off actually is my mileage. The mileage that I do. I record my mileage. I go to the post office 3 times a week. It's 15 miles, 45 miles a week. Currently, it's 56 cents a mile as a deduction. I take those absolutely. I think I over 22,000 miles I put on my vehicle last year. So multiply that by 56, whatever it is, and that'll be a write-off right off the top of my revenue for my taxes this year. I'm over 10 minutes here, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Again, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for watching. If you could just give me a like. That helps with the algorithm. And if you have any questions, you want me to cover anything about what I do, how I do, I will be making videos in the future explaining how I do everything. I did go sourcing yesterday. Did really well sourcing yesterday. I went to 4 ollies. I was gone 14 hours, a 14-hour day. But as I said, and as you'll see in the videos, I love it. I love doing it, and I love ollies. Now, just to be clear, there's over 400 ollies in the United States. I've been to probably about 50 of them, without a doubt, no doubt at all. The ollies in Wilkes-Barre is the worst ollies I've ever seen. It is horrible. So for those of you that think, oh, I'm not going to go into ollies, most of the ollies are really nice stores. Mill Hall. I was in Mill Hall yesterday. I went out that way towards Penn State. The 4 ollies that I went to are really, really nice stores. The Mill Hall is a fantastic store. I mean, it's a really nice store. It's nice and clean. They keep their owls nice and straight. So that not all ollies are like the Wilkes-Barre ollies. So I hope that was useful. Again, thank you. And I will be putting together a video in the next couple days of my sourcing trip that I did on Friday. And I'll show you how I do what I do. I'll show you the profits that I make, show you the items, and then we'll go from there. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.